while we're bailing out farmers to the tune of $12 billion, it's not even going to do anything for them. At the same time, people like Larry Kudlow have to tell you that the economy is doing wonderfully. It doesn't make any sense, but it doesn't have to.
I mean, they're spending hugely. Yeah. And meanwhile, hang on, unemployment is at rock bottom, as I mentioned. Those are real facts. I'm not making this stuff up. Unemployment claims are as low as they're ever going to get. And businesses are starting to buy machinery and equipment and build factories.
If you have to stop in the middle of your lie and say, I'm being completely honest about this, no lie, I'm going to tell you the truth this time, I think it's a good indication that, that you're lying. Because, unemployment is at rock bottom. It can't get any lower. As a matter of fact, unemployment is at 0%. People aren't losing jobs. Hey, the Trump administration didn't even cut off numbers, monthly job and employment numbers from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Apparently, they didn't do any of that. Apparently, we haven't gotten those numbers in a while. In addition to the fact that many people aren't even reporting how they've stopped looking for jobs. That's not Larry Kudlow's job. It's not to think, it's to push propaganda.
You know what happens? You start up a factory, you order new equipment, machinery, you have to hire people. But unemployment is so low that you're going to have to pay them a very decent wage. And that's going to make people, AKA consumers, they're sitting around the kitchen table. It's going to make them very, very happy. So I say affordability crisis, it's a load of baloney.
Multi-millionaire there, Larry Kudlow, who also worked in Trump's first administration, says that the issues that you experience is a load of baloney. It's a load of baloney because eventually, as they keep saying, eventually started in January and now it's December and it's still eventually, these companies, these manufacturers, these factories are going to be popping up everywhere. And then since unemployment is so low, they got to search, like crazy for anyone that could actually take the job because everyone's working. Everyone's making so much money that you have to pay them even more. Are you guys experiencing that? Or is Larry Kudlow being paid more on top of his millions to lie about it so that he can protect this guy who's screwing you over? It's like a direct connection. You can easily see it. And, him talking about how the affordability thing is baloney instead of calling it a hoax, all he's doing is, falling behind his dear leaders, normal bullshit. There's a really good video back and forth about Donald Trump when he was campaigning on affordability versus what he thinks about affordability now.
Starting on day one, we will end inflation and make America affordable again.
But the word affordability is a Democrat scam.
One of my top priorities will be to quickly defeat inflation and make America affordable again.
I don't want to hear about the affordability.
We will make America affordable again. We're going to make it affordable again.
There's this fake narrative that the Democrats talk about, affordability. Affordability is a con job.
We will target everything from car affordability to housing affordability.
This whole thing is, they use the word affordability. It's a Democrat hoax.
It's a hoax, even though on day one, he's going to fix it. Even though on day one, we've got an affordability thing that they're going to fix. Is someone going to ask him about that? I have a feeling if someone asks him about it, he's going to say they're the worst reporter ever. You're so rude. You're so obnoxious. I can't believe you'd ask me questions about what is I campaigned on versus what I'm saying now. That's why I don't want to hear any more people talk about how this guy won on any kind of populist message. What he won on was rabid racism, guised and couched in some kind of affordability and populist message. We knew he was a racist the whole time. It's who he's been his entire life. So the people who followed him were like, sure, I'll buy anything else you say as long as you keep pushing that racism. Keep feeding me my bloodthirst for racism, division, and hatred. As a matter of fact, what Scott Besson will tell you is that you should stop complaining.
60% of Americans polled by this network told us President Trump makes prices and inflation sound better than they really are. And his approval rating on the economy is now down to 36% in our latest poll. On inflation, approval is even lower, at 32%. Don't you need to show that You feel the pain?
Well, Margaret, I think the president's frustrated by the media coverage of what's going on.
This is the polling of average Americans.
Yeah, but I think the average Americans, they are hearing a lot of it from media coverage. The American people don't know how good they have it.
Do you think there is an affordability problem?
Sorry?
You do believe that?
I think the Biden administration created a tariff.
No, but now we're nearly 12 months in. You said the president would own the economy at this point.
Just like when Scott Besson got cornered at that panel when he was talking to the CNBC host, Sorkin. And he said, say what?
Well, inflation is up 25% nationally, so it's lower.
I believe in New York it was 19%.
Sorry?
I believe in New York it was 19%.
I don't think that's right.
Sorry? What I said, some bitch, was that you're lying. Are you saying that there's no affordability crisis? Then it's Biden. Did you see the pattern yet? The Ag Secretary, Brooke Rollins, said it. Donald Trump says it all the time. But we inherited this. I'm sorry, it's the Biden problem now. The one problem with that argument is that if or when the Supreme Court finally decides to shut down this guy's whole, declaration that he can do all these things with tariffs, if that happens, he's then screwed. And he definitely doesn't want that to happen. So again, I want you guys to check the timestamp on this post. December 9th, just, this morning, Jesus. This morning at 1:37 a.m., this sleepy sumbitch was up all night posting this. The biggest threat in history to the United States national security. I want to read that first part of this sentence again and let you understand how hyperbolic this guy is. The biggest threat in history to United States national security would be a negative decision on tariffs by the U.S. Supreme Court. We would be financially defenseless. Now Europe is going to tariffs against China, as they already do against others. We would not be allowed to do what others already do. Isn't it weird that this whole time when we weren't slapping tariffs on the entire world like Donald Trump wanted to, that it wasn't the worst national security risk in the history of the country? Isn't that weird how that happened? Look, at 1:45 a.m., like 8 minutes later, this guy then posted, because of tariffs easily and quickly applied, our national security has been greatly enhanced. And we've become the financially strongest country by far anywhere in the world. Only dark and sinister forces would want to see that end. So I guess first you appeal to, their sense of reality. And then you try and appeal to, I guess, dark and sinister. I do know this guy's definitely big on dark and sinister.